Hey guys and girls, I'm Allie, and today we are finishing up the actual show Neon Genesis Evangelion. So we're watching episode 26. There will still be a movie reaction next week. For you next week. I'm gonna be away for 2 weeks, so it's gonna... That's why I decided to record it a little bit earlier. This time because I'm gonna be away at my grandparents, so that's why I'm watching it now. And I'm gonna be mind blown probably because I'm already mind blown because people are gonna merge or about to merge or whatever. So we had last time the nice concept ideas about the truth being only what you perceive, and also living in a bubble and deciding for yourself what happens, where I said, yeah, okay, in a certain extent that's true, but there are connections to other people. But of course, nothing I say about those concept ideas will be a universal truth because that's non-existent. I'm open for any opinions on that matter. To be honest, I like discussions about something like that. As long as you are considerate of other opinions, of course, which I am. At least in those kind of discussions. I'm really curious what this show will do with what they established last episode, because now we have to kind of come to a conclusion, and we left off being in this real discussion of, okay, was everything that happened just something that Shinji wanted, or is it different? Is there a different concept? So, well, I kind of don't want to talk anymore. I just want to find out what happens. So, let's go. So basically, the plan of the people here is make humanity whole again, right? You can say about that wording whatever you want. Wow. So let's start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Last time for that intro. I don't know if the movie has the intro too or not, but I'm just gonna say, okay, this is the last episode. Last time intro. I still want to see the wings. Is that gonna happen or not? Because it seems like the last encounter will be more like a psychological thing and less like a physical. So, wings? Okay. Okay. So this is going further. We're focusing on Shinji. We're all like that. Wow. Hmm. We want to become one. Well, do we? So is this basically happening to every human on the world now? Hmm. Hmm. I really don't know what to say during all this because this is just. It's discussion, it's self explanatory. I'm sick of running. And that's the thing, I can't really like say if something is right or wrong because it's both and neither at the same time. Hmm. Ooh. And those pictures are just like actual photos taken. We don't even see people anymore. Oh, that's a penguin. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Self depreciating. Wow. This is. Just imagine listening to that actually, like, if people would actually say that to you. Hmm. Right. If you hate yourself, you assume that everyone else hates you too. But that's not true. Hmm. No identity. Wow. Hmm. Whew. That's the one thing he holds on to. That's sad. That's just really sad. Finale! Take care of yourself. Whew. Afraid of anxiety. That is interesting. The mummy issues. Afraid of being hated. Before I can be happy. Wow, that's an interesting thing to think about. Your own worth. Like I said, I can't really say anything to this because this is an interesting way to show all this. Also with like the art before it was actually like just normally hand drawn without all the like animation stuff. Only the pictures, only the drawings. You wish to close off your heart. Because they're not you. You have to decide so yourself. Take care of yourself. Change. That's true. Freedom, just nothing being there? Well, that's not really... Yeah, it is completely empty. Like, if true freedom means that it has to be empty, then I don't know if freedom is the right thing to want. You can do anything, but if there's nothing there, you can't do anything. Hmm. That is an interesting concept. A weird way to do it, but interesting. Hmm. Whoa. I like how they do it with the style that it's like this real hand drawn style, like without any, not even that clean and all that. Just it really looks drawn. No one is here but you. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Technically, that is the point. Yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you have to merge. And we're back to normal. Thank you. Hmm. Wait, what? After all the things before, I'm just like, what? Okay. So you got a morning wood. Now he has like an image of like a perfect family or what? Asuka being his childhood friend, mom and dad being there. Hmm. So we're just gonna see like what might have happened at some point if the stuff wasn't like it actually is. I don't know. It's weird. It's like when you have a show that has like this alternate reality where everything's kind of the same but kind of different at the same time. It feels like this at the moment. It's really weird to say Ray like this. I'm weirded out by this. This is just like the start of a rom com. Of course. know what to say to this. Alternate reality time. Like, they're also acting different. Like, Shinji is a lot more open. And... wow. Of course it is. Until she arrives. Okay. I have a feeling this is not gonna last. And we're back to the just drawing drawings. This is weird. Feel free to continue. Feel free to tell me what actually happens now. Another possible world. Like I said, alternate reality. So we're now in the multiverse. And we're back. Only one truth for you. So they have combined to become mine, or what? That's true. They don't have to be. We can get other opinions pretty fast. No. Wow. Oh, and now we get the more upbeat version. Maybe I can learn to like myself one day. Thank you! I've waited for this moment. But you can decide who you want to be, like how you want to be yourself. Finally, you found out. That is how they showed the mom and dad. How they showed it in the intro. To mother, goodbye. To all the children, congratulations. Wait. This is the end? How? How is this the end? So what now happened? What happened? Wait, what? Huh? I'm... Is there a post-credit scene to explain? I mean, I was prepared that it would be confusing and mind-blowing and stuff, but what? Huh? I could follow most of this until the end didn't tell me what actually happened. I'm just gonna wait until the end. Nothing. Just nothing. So, I can definitely understand what was meant by what was told me. Well, about what just happened. Like I said, I was able to basically follow most of it. Like, that was the conceptual discussion of, like, how do we see ourselves, and, like, how do we perceive our world, and how much power we have over what is. And then we had that alternate reality bit, which Shinji then noticed, like, okay, there might be other people, like me in other versions, in other worlds. And I decide who I am and who I want to be. Like, kind of, I am me, but I can decide what kind of me I want to be. If that makes sense. Until then, it was fine. But the last scene, I mean, yeah, the clapping, okay, I clapped too. I know, but what? So they were standing on this world, this earth thing. So this is basically, okay, this is Shinji's world. This is what he basically, I don't know, controls, whatever. And all the other people were standing there, like the other characters we had over the course of the show. And they were clapping and they were congratulating him. And now what? Like, did humanity merge into one? Or is the actual, like, truth of this show, the thing that they in the end have, that it was actually only Shinji all along? And he can control all that? And him having to realize it made it possible for the world to survive, in a way. I have no idea. I mean, there are a few ways this could be not explained, but, like, you know what I mean. Either humanity is now one person, and I don't know, maybe, like, Shinji is the representation of, okay, this is now the next Adam, basically. This could be one thing, even though I'm not really sure about that. Another thing could have been just, okay, yeah, we got into that whole psychological thing, and we were talking about, oh, that empty spot that we're afraid of and stuff like that. And Shinji actually, well, realized that he has to accept all of himself and that he can change what he is if he just accepts that he's himself. But then we don't know if the merging actually worked or if it didn't. And the third thing could have been that it was Shinji all along. And the only thing, like, that merging of people led to was him noticing that, yes, there are other people, but basically I'm the one that matters. And the merging wasn't like an actual merging, but like just something to make Shinji realize that he himself has the power to, like, choose what is going on in his own world. Or whatever. I don't know. I'm confused. Like, everything was fine until that last part. I could go behind the, like, psychological stuff. Fine, but just tell me what actually happened. The thing is, I won't let myself, hopefully, be spoiled about actually stuff like that. I will think about it in my time until I watch the movie. Maybe if I get to some new... Well, if I have some new thoughts on it, I will talk about it during my movie reaction. Yeah. And maybe the movie will explain some more stuff. I don't know what exactly is the movie? Is it like an alternate ending? Or is it something that's even like going further? Or I mean that on that, like it's dependent on that if it will actually explain what happened here or not. Because if it's an alternate ending, obviously something else is gonna happen. Maybe that's more of a like physical ending thing and not like the whole psychological stuff. I don't know. I mean, I like the psychological discussions and all that. I think they are made for like lengthy conversations with other people to kind of figure out what other people think about it and how like their arguments play and come into play, and maybe you might change your opinion or not, and basically all the thing they talked about too, like there's change and just what other people think might be true about it, what other people think might be exaggerated about it. It leaves a lot to be discussed technically, so I really like it in that way. I don't know about the ending. I have no idea. So, yeah, the ending is kind of weirding me out. But, okay, then let's get to talk about the whole show. I'll probably say something more in the movie reaction thing. But I kind of wanted to talk about how I think the story is, how I think the characters are, whatever, what I just think about the show in total now after I finished the actual show. Yeah. It's good. It's really deep, like really psychologically challenging, and I like those kinds of shows. It's less like mindless fun and more like, okay, there's a deeper meaning to all of this. And this is what I enjoy about the stories, the next level of understanding and all that. So this show definitely gave it to us. It also had a lot of mystery, which I liked, even if sometimes I was saying, yeah, I want to know about that now. It's not really that. I like how they just gave it to us in little snippets and not all at once. That's kind of like reading a slow burn fan fiction. Like, you always say, hey, you want that happening now, but since it's a slow burn, you're deciding to read that slow burn, so you're subjecting yourself to it. You want it like that. You just want to get little snippets and wait and just leave that. And that's kind of like I feel with this show. It's like, yeah, I wanted to know stuff, but I'm happy with how they just gave us little hints sometimes, and until the end it went more and more, like we got to know more. But they never like gave it to us on a silver platter. You had to like sometimes think about it yourself first before you could like understand what is actually happening. Sometimes they told us straight up what happens, but like the thing with the human instrumentality project thing, I would probably not have been able to, well, find out by myself what they want to do with this. So telling us, okay, there's a like empty spot inside our hearts, and we try to merge people to make them whole. This is a necessary description. This is something necessary to understand the concept. So, but all the other stuff that might be like a little bit more something that you might notice, even if it isn't told, but it is kind of shown. So the show don't tell thing. I like how they did that. So it wasn't just, okay, I'm watching this and I'm gonna get everything put in front of me on a silver platter. I'm gonna understand everything from the beginning to the end. They didn't do it like that. It was more like, I don't know, like an Easter egg hunt. You have to kind of look for the clues and use your brain. So yeah, that's kind of what I like about this show. The characters were interesting. I know that I sometimes complained about how Asuka was a little bit, well, you know, overreacting and all that stuff, but I can understand where she's coming from. Like, that's the thing. You don't have to like characters from the very beginning. Like, the thing is, it doesn't make them bad characters or bad writing or anything like that. That's just because, like, they have their reasons. So Asuka had her reasons to act up like that. Rei had her reasons to be so reserved. Shinji had his reasons to not connect to anyone. So as long as the characters all have their reasons to do something, like even Shinji's dad had his reasons for what he did. Like, as long as that happens, as long as that is accounted for, I'm fine with it. That's good writing. And basically, I can't think of a single character who has been a little bit more important. Like the side characters, some of them, they're side characters. That's fine. But most of like the main characters and the more important side characters, they feel like actual people. Like, they don't feel flat, and that is something I noticed, that they have multiple facets to themselves, and that is very important if you go into this psychological state thingy, what we had at the end there. So yeah, you can have a deeper understanding of a character because there is something there. They're not just a cardboard cutout. So yeah, that's basically it, I think. Like the characters, like in a way, like Shinji was interesting. Sometimes I was like, if I knew him in real life, I would probably try to stay away. But that's just something that is a difference. Like, it's a difference between character and if you would meet a person in real life like that. As a character, he serves the right purpose. He is intriguing in himself, because even though he is the main character, we still don't know a lot about him at the beginning. And we have to peel away the layers and find out more about his psyche and all that. And technically, it all came to an end in this last episode. So the whole show has just been trying to understand the people, trying to understand the characters, and the characters understanding themselves. That is kind of what I take away from it. I'm kind of sad that the whole, like, with the story with the angels and the Ava units didn't conclude in something more, that we just submerged into the subconscious stuff for the last few episodes and didn't revisit all that other stuff. Like, I'm kind of sad that it ended pretty much abruptly for the Avas and the angels and all that. Yes, we had Shinji killing the last angel, wow. But, like, it didn't feel like an end for this storyline. And then we just went into the merging of souls and hearts. So that is one thing I'm kind of sad about. That we didn't have, like, a nice conclusion for this, all that stuff. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how the story turned out. It stayed true to itself until the end with the whole psychological stuff. I commented on it pretty early on that this is a show that sometimes when there are scenes, it goes really slow. Like they're taking their time, and not every show from like the recent years would risk that. Because most of the shows from recent years are more like, okay, we have to use the time we have. But Neon Genesis Evangelion in this case stayed true to itself. It had those scenes where for a long time nothing happened, for example. Yes, at some point it might have been a little bit like, okay, when is something gonna happen? But that's the style they were going for. Also what they did with the whole, like, where they had, like, just the drawn images, no animation at all stuff, and the actual real-life photos, which was also really interesting how they incorporated all of that, because it made a connection to the real world and not just the anime. And it kind of brought you in more, because you're like, okay, this is going meta. Like, this is meta now. Yeah, I have to say I really enjoyed the trip, even though I still want to know what exactly happened in the end. But I'm gonna find out somehow. Maybe, hopefully. But yeah, all in all, enjoyable. Really, it left a lot of room for discussion about opinions and all that. And like I said, the mystery was good. It's definitely one of the better animes for me. Like, I haven't seen too many, but I would say it deserves a top 5 spot for me. I don't know. I don't know for, like, I probably have to, like, just let it stick for a while, and then I can decide truly, like, if it's gonna stay top 5, maybe it's gonna move up even. But I don't know if I wanna put it in my top 3. I don't know. It's difficult to say. I'm gonna have to think about that. But yeah, it's definitely one of the better anime I've seen. So yeah, it's different than a lot of anime I've seen, if I can tell you that like that, because maybe it's because it's an older one, and they didn't have to, like, I don't want to say they had more freedom, but when you see, like, pop culture these days and all that, it seems more like older anime had more, like, they weren't too bound by conventions. And that's kind of what makes it special. Yeah, that's basically it. It's special in its own way, because it doesn't follow, like, okay, we have to have a big battle in the end and all that. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Yeah, that's basically what I have to say. I enjoyed the journey. I'm glad to have watched that with all of you. And I don't know if I'm going to decide to actually release it on YouTube after it was a Patreon only show for all this time. I'm gonna decide that while, I don't know, someday. I'm probably gonna ask around in the Discord, but yeah. I'm looking forward to the movie, to hope and hope I get more answers or another ending. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to wait for it. But Neon Genesis Evangelion as a show is over now. So even though I'm gonna see you next time with the movie, the show is over, so I'm gonna look for a replacement. Even though I'm kind of leaning towards Code Geass at the moment, because I want to know about that. And yeah, I think that's it. So on this note, have a nice day, and I see you in the next video. Bye!